Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video on Little Sim World. If you didn't know about this game before, it is an open world 2D indie life simulation that is going to have RPG and multiplayer elements. The game is inspired by The Sims, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, and Pokemon. And I did want to do more videos on this game. I was just waiting for a few more updates to come out and then compile them into one video. And coincidentally, Plumbella did her own video, so I recommend watching that too if you haven't already. Maybe some of you are even here from it being in your suggestions panel after watching her video. I don't know. But yeah, I did want to do another video on Little Sim World, and yeah, thankfully now just so happened to be the time. First thing we're going to go over is the new Twitter banner that they have on their page, and I love how this looks. It's very cute, and it's obviously of London since that's where the game is going to take place. Have the Big Ben, the Tower Bridge, double-decker bus, because of course, as well as the London Eye, and what I'm pretty sure is the Buckingham Palace on the left. So, yep, looks like London to me. I wonder where this will actually be used in the game. Is it possible to just really zoom far out in the world and this is it? Or is this the initial loading screen when you boot up the game? I guess the latter is probably a lot more likely. But overall, yeah, pretty cool, and I absolutely love the colors that are used here. Next thing are dateable partners. So Little Sim World tweets, here's the current list of portraits for dateable characters. Dating is not gender locked. Yes! I'm so glad that is the case. So let's take a look at all these characters from left to right. So the one most to the left with the blue hair, I'm guessing she is going to be really into music. Perhaps she will be a DJ. I can imagine that being the case, especially with the headphones around her neck and that sort of thing. And also the shirt, I think that looks really cute. And then we have a person next to her wearing a yellow top and some shorts, it looks like, and she looks pretty cool too. I'm not really sure what sort of personality she might fall under, but I am interested in getting to know her. And then to her right, with the purple hair, I don't really know what she is going to be like. I don't think she's going to be a bad character. I don't think any of these characters are going to be bad at all, but I'm just really not sure what exactly to glean from her other than maybe she's a bit more punk rock styled. Then with the woman in the middle, I'm guessing with the sort of look she's giving, with the sunglasses on her head and the big jackets, she's probably going to be a more fashionista sort of character. And next to her we have this really ripped, muscular looking guy who reminds me a little bit of Raphael from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Maybe a less dorky version of him, but I think he could potentially have some really amusing dialogue. And then to the right of him, I like how this guy looks. He looks like one of the coolest guys in town. He's got like tattoos all over him, he's got this smirk going. I love his hairstyle, just yes. I like everything about this guy. And then next to him, I guess we got this sort of like suave, gentlemanly sort of guy with red hair. I think potentially he could be an interesting character. I imagine he would be a very romantically inclined sort of person. And then, lastly, next to him, we got Joker from Persona 5. No, just kidding, but gosh dang, he sure reminds me of him. Just like with the glasses and the messy black hair and the clothing too. There must be some sort of inspiration for Persona, at least from my own personal conclusion. It would be kind of funny if they did manage to sneak in some nods to Persona 5. Like maybe he's a thief, maybe not of thief of hearts, but a different sort of thief, or he could just have a similar sort of personality in general to Joker. I don't know. Whatever doesn't get this team in trouble for potentially copying another character. I think so far my favorites are the two ladies most to the left, not Raphael, and the guy to the right of him. but we'll see what happens once they actually unveil the personalities of them in-game. This is just a current list of characters for partners right now. I think they will add more, but I do hope that then more of them will be people of color, because right now there's only one lady who's a person of color, and same for the guys, so I think they should do better than that. And I kind of remember thinking a similar thing when I was looking at the skin tones from a tweet from a month or two ago, but hopefully they will improve upon that later. And it is also interesting to see such like an anime sort of style for these characters when in-game it's a completely different style with these sorts of doll-looking characters. I think what's going on here is that with the characters in the picture, it's gonna be like for, you know, like RPGs, when there's a bubble with the character portrait and then there's the dialogue and text next to them. I think that's what that art style is going to be used for. Even still though, I am worried that they might clash a little too hard, even with the anime art style possibly being separated by a bubble. There is one last thing I want to show off, which is a new screenshot of some Bills UI and other stuff on the official website under the gameplay section. So you can see there is this sort of ID thing where it says John Earl Grey, Detective, Police Department, and the weekly salary is £600. And there's also a museum pass, very intriguing. Hopefully, if there really are going to be museums in the game, they'll be a bit more interesting than they are in The Sims 4. I feel like there's just really not much point to them at all. And vehicle certificates, so I guess driver's licenses confirmed, that's pretty cool. And then with the weekly summary, this is possibly the most interesting part here, where the previous bill was over £2,000, and then you have income and expenses categories with the salary, interest, taxes, and council tax. That's something that The Sims 4 doesn't have. I'm intrigued to see how that will work. And then there's the total there, over £500. And then under expenses, there's internet, electricity, phone, water, and rent with a total of £240. And you got the net income and the new balance. So I feel like they did take a little bit of inspiration from that recent Sims 4 update in June. Well, I guess if you can call it that recent at this point, since it's September now. But yeah, especially like with the breakdowns of the expenses there. But I think that is a really cool idea, and there are some different things going on. So it looks like there is going to be a decent amount of detail when it comes to the bills too. I already went on and on about how promising the personalities look in my initial video on Little Sim World, but yeah, this looks pretty great too. And that wraps up another video on Little Sim World. So I'm still pretty pumped about this game and to see how it turns out. And yes, I just really look forward to getting my hands on this. I'm getting pretty tired at this point of The Sims being the only really big name in life simulation games. So with Little Sim World and Paralives being in development, I really hope both those games can help shake things up and bring some fresh ideas to the table. And feel free to let me know in the comment section below what you think of Little Sim World so far. And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Paralives, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!